want to be someone else. If you always want to be someone else, there's a problem. That's real. So I'll just read it one more time. While you are single, if you do not spend time finding wholeness and learning the art of being happy alone, you will marry out of fear and then years later awaken out of the comatose state of low self-esteem, only to recognize that you are a valuable entity. Hi and welcome to Wedex TV. This is Jael from Wedex Bridals.
You say you want my love, come make I give you small. Sorry, Wagba. Chop and will make you belly full. I won't give you my love, yo. I don't need silver or gold. I go follow you go today. You don't say where I don't they pray for someone way.
Welcome to the second video for our book of for January, which is all about chapter 1 of the lady, her lover and her lord. So in this video, what I'm going to do, just to give you a snippet of what my thoughts on chapter 1 is, I'm going to bring out 5 quotes. I think this book is very good at laying things out as it is. Like, I just feel like some of these quotes, as I said in the intro video, from the words I was hearing, he hits the nail on the head. And yeah, so I just had to pick 5. There was probably loads more, as you can see from my book, but I said I'm only going to pick 5, just 5. Quote number 1, and this was just from the intro. This wasn't even chapter 1, this was just from the intro. If a woman doesn't have a solid relationship with herself, she will recklessly pursue external relationships in hopes of achieving internal peace. She will try to love others in a desperate need to find in them what she must find within herself. And I just thought that was like really tight. I felt like that definitely hit a nail on the head. I felt like that's just real. Like, yeah, there's some issues we need to deal with before we get married, before we're even with someone. Like, we need to deal with certain things within ourselves. Because it's true, we can then put that expectation on someone else because we're looking for something and we're in this illusion that a relationship's going to sort certain things that are in us to be dealt with. So I just thought that was really... Quote number 2. Are we in love with others, or are we in love with the idea of being in love? Many are the women and men as well who have turned to the arms of someone looking for assurance that ultimately must come from within. I just thought that was such a real comment. Like, you know, you have to exhale when you hear these things. Like, I just thought it's such a real question to ask ourselves. Like, are we in love with the idea of love, or are we actually in love with this person or this thing? Like, it's a real question. Like, I think if you're like in a place where you really want to get married, you actually have to ask yourself, are you in love with the idea of marriage, or are you actually in love with this person? Because I can imagine you're getting old, you're getting older and you're just worried about getting married, and it's like, whoever comes along, I'm gonna take. I don't mind. I will take them. Or you decrease the number of things you want, or your values, just to accept this person so you can get married, because you're so in love with the idea of it, but you're not actually in love with the person. And I just thought that's a real question to ask. I think that's such a real question to ask. Point number 3. Could it be possible that being alone does not have to mean you are lonely? Have you entertained yourself? Or are you saving all your social skills for someone who is not there? If you are, it is indeed a statement that suggests that you are not important enough to demand your own respect. Like, that's real. As in, there's some things that if someone doesn't pull it out and point it out to you and put it in your face, you're never going to ask yourself that question. Like, I know one thing that I've always said I need to do and I want to do is like just go to a restaurant by myself, like chill, jam by myself in a restaurant, go cinema by myself, like, and feel no way about it. Why? Because I enjoy my company. I like enjoy my time, my alone time. And I like alone time because I do enjoy my own company. But I know there's people out there that do not enjoy their company. They can't stand to be still. Maybe because of the things they're going through in life, and they're just, it's stealing away from them enjoying themselves. So they must always be around someone. They must always be with someone. Like, you know, people that are always in a relationship, like they leave a relationship and then they jump into another one, and you're like thinking, like, hold up, no time chill, no chill time, you know. And I just thought that's such a real comment, like that's so real. So I just want to, you know, put it out there, like, we need to enjoy ourselves. Like, we need to not be afraid to be alone. Like, I'm not saying never get married or never be in a relationship, but as in not be afraid of your own company, not be afraid to just entertain yourself and actually enjoy you by yourself. You know, I think it's just so important. I think sometimes you need to get out of, you know, get away from things and have your time by yourself. You know, you can't always be in things. Your mind needs to settle. You need to recoup. And so if you're not even practicing it, just even for that, just to recoup, I would say practice it. But enjoy your company. Like, enjoy you, like enjoy you. I can't say it enough. So point number 4, while you are single, if you do not spend time finding wholeness and learning the art of being happy alone, you will marry out of fear, and then years later awaken out of the comatose state of lowest self-esteem, only to recognize that you are a valuable entity, whether there is a man around or not. Like, you need to be comfortable with who you are. Like, I just feel that is a very important point. You need to be comfortable with who you are. You need to get to a place where you are comfortable with who you are, you know, and that may mean dealing with truths, looking at yourself and really dealing with truths and saying, okay, this area I don't like, it needs to be dealt with. This area is a problem, this needs to be dealt with. This area is a problem, it needs to be dealt with. So it may mean looking at yourself, truly asking yourself questions, facing some truths that you just trying to ignore, which is causing you to have an unsettledness, causing you not to be at peace. You need to get to a place and love you. Like, you need to get to a place where you know who you are. You know, you need to get to that place. Like, you need to spend time getting to that place, because what you will do is you will get into a relationship, you will get into marriage, and you will give it to that person. You will give that baggage over to that person as well, and they have to now carry that burden along that journey with you, and you weigh them down, or you devalue yourself to a point, you know. And then it's true, you wake up one day and realize, oh my gosh, like, I've just kind of wasted my life with this person that doesn't respect me, or I've wasted my time with this person. And the reality is, none of us are exempt. None of us are exempt from such a thing. We just finished reading Toke Makinwa's book, and this was her. Like, this was her, someone suffering with some issues that probably weren't dealt with, like, never may have come to light, because the time to just look at self, to reflect upon who I am, who you are, what you are about, where you are going, was never done, you know. So please take time out, take time to know who you are, take time to know what you're about. And that's what the first part of this book is all about, just learning, you know, taking time to look at self, you know. So there's loads of questions in there, and I just think, yeah, that's real. So I'll just read it one more time. While you are single, if you do not spend time finding wholeness and learning the art of being happy alone, you will marry out of fear, and then years later awaken out of the comatose state of low self-esteem, only to recognize that you are a valuable entity, whether there is a man around or not. So ladies, love yourself. Like, get a hold of yourself. Like, it's just important. It's so important to get to a place where you're just not afraid to address who you are. You're not afraid to look at yourself in the mirror and address who you are, address your flaws, address your unique points, address the bits that you like, the bits you don't like, the bits you wish you could change, you know. But there's no point. You need to get comfortable with yourself, because you don't want to always want to be someone else. If you always want to be someone else, there's a problem, you know. There's actually a problem, and you have to just, you know, grab yourself and say, no, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Like, if you're out there and you're struggling to just know who you are, struggling to really find confidence in the unique bits about you, and like, reach out. Like, I'd love to hear from you. Like, reach out. And even if you're married, like, ask your question. If you're suffering from that, like, realize now that you are valuable. And yeah, ask your husband, like, why he married you. Like, ask him, like, so you can you know, look and say, okay, it's true, like, I have these values, you know. Don't undersell yourself, ladies. Don't undersell yourself, you know. So it's not learning points, it's more about my quotes, but obviously you learn from what you're reading, innit? So quote number 5: excellence is an ambition, not a pedigree. It's about a woman's destiny, not her origin. Excellence speaks to her self-perception and the standards that she will not deviate from. It draws a line in the sand and says, nothing less than this will do in my life anymore. A woman of excellence knows that she deserves and will work tirelessly to attain it. Like, I just thought that was such a hit nail on the head statement. And I just love how he talks about it, you know. Excellence is an ambition, you know. It's not a pedigree. Like, it's something you attain. Like, it's not something that you are just, this one is excellent, that because they've come from this place, because they've come from that place, that makes them excellent. No, like, there's just so much more to it than that. And I just thought this just hits the nail on the head. And it's like, we need to really understand who we are, like, really understand who we are, like, where our standards are from, where our perceptions are from, our self-perception is from, where have we got that from, you know, what's ruling our boundaries, how far we will go, what we will do, what we won't do, like, what rules that, what creates that, because it's in there that your excellence lies. Like, you know, mine heavily comes from the word of God. So the virtuous woman is someone I want to attain to be, like, you know. And yeah, like, so in those things, those laws, or those, well, how did he describe it? Self-perception standards that you set yourself, or where they come from, they're your foundation, because that's where you'll be like, no, I'm not going lower than this, no, I deserve more than this, I deserve better than this, you know. You will always challenge yourself to say, you know, you deserve more, or no, this is not where I'm going, this is where I'm going. Like, all those things matter, but where you come from, it makes a difference, yes, but it doesn't have to decide where you're going. Like, you have to take a hold of yourself and say, this is the direction I want to go to. I want to go in the direction of excellence, you know. And I just think it was just so lovely put. So that brings me to the end of the video. I hope that you have been reading along and you have finished chapter 1 and are swiftly moving on to chapter 2. I will be back with another video, just again giving my 5 quotes. I've promised I will not do too many long videos, because it's just nice, I think, to get like nice quick points. And I hope, if you haven't started reading it, I hope it does make you pick up the book and, you know, just take a glance inside. So next video will be up within another week, and it will just be my 5 favourite quotes again from chapter 2. I hope you read along on chapter 2. If you haven't started reading the book, get on board, get your copy. I will leave the Amazon link down below so you can grab a copy on there. And also join our Facebook group so that you can just leave any comments and take part in any of the discussions that are going on. And just feel free to hit us up. Like, we want to hear from you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe, as you can be kept up to date with all the latest that is going on on the channel. So yeah, we're looking forward to next week. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. So please leave your comments. Please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please join the group. God, so many things to say, but it will all be down in the link. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Come make I give you small. Sorry, Chop and will make you belly full.